we doing out there? First things first, like, man, this guy is really busy. Yeah, I'm busy. I'm extremely busy. We got Bendy, Mr. Bendy, stand the man pots and pans. I'm not throwing him in the trash because he's been with me for a while and he helped me get a lot of videos recorded. So we're going to retire Stan, make a nice little plaque, stick him on it. We're going to make something for him cool so he can be forever immortalized. All right, so this is the room we're going to convert into a movie theater. Let me see what we gotta do in here. We gotta do just so much to do. All right, so first things first, we gotta start by clearing everything out of the room because we're doing the paint job. Not today, probably tomorrow. Saturday, we're gonna do the paint job. So we're gonna order this stuff now, pull screws, everything, putty, whatever we gotta do, and we gotta paint the room. I just spent like 60 bucks, 60 or 70 bucks for paint to paint this room. That one coat application paint I paid here. But they don't have to worry about dealing with the freaking because everything here is coated with that white paint. I don't have to ever dealing with that child-proof paint, which is a nightmare to paint over. We can come in here and coat this in no time at all. So we're gonna be ordering some stuff. Start the process of turning this into a movie theater. And I'm watching Joker because Joker is curious about my closet, and you do not go in my closet, Joker. Just paint that. So while waiting for the other screen to dry, we have this room to clear out and start getting it ready. Joker, 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 Joker. Let's see. The other room is finished. We're almost finished, near finished. A lot done in that room than I thought I was going to get done. The LED lights will be put in today, so that'll be finished. I still want to put a bookcase, a small bookcase platform under the screen so I can put all my console systems in there since we're going to use on all the walls for projection screens. So let's get this out of here. Just remove it just down, just put it in the shop. I see you, Joker. I see you, Joker. Where's Batman at? Oh. There. Oh man, so this should be pretty easy. Because judging the way the floor is shaped, putting a red carpet in here is not going to be hard. Really not going to be hard. This one is actually square, which is nice. The only part we have is here, but that's easy to do. What I'm going to do with that. So I have curtains there anyway. I'll cover that up. We'll just cover with curtains. A lot of somebody sat there and said, well, he does a lot of videos. Of course, I do a lot of videos. You have how many projects we work on in one day? A lot of projects. A lot of projects, of course, yes. Well, we're doing the same screen every day, over and over again. Of course, you can only do one video on one screen over and over again. We got multiple screens in the house. So, yeah, we can do demonstrations just on everything we got in here. That would be a lot of videos. I think I'm going to do the ceiling fan in black. I'm going to take the blades off one by one. Do that paint job for that one. That's going to be detail work. Okay, that's going to require detail work. So, I saw this demonstration of this woman who painted her ceiling fan. That's where I got the idea from. And she didn't have to remove it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a detail, some artwork on the, make it look fancy for the dedicated room. My walls, I'm going to probably do in dark gray. Dark gray with the red, but we're going to make our own form of paint. I don't like the paint at Sherwin-Williams. I don't like it at Home Depot and Lowe's. I want my own color, so I'm customizing my own. like I did in the next room. Well, we didn't do that. That's actually a physical screen in there. All right, what do I have in this closet right here? Oh, man, all this stuff is gonna have to come out of the closet because we're not gonna be using this, but the screen's gonna be in the way. So we can't use the closet anymore. Oh, air conditioning goes over there, doesn't it? That's right, air conditioner does go in over here. All right, so the air conditioner goes there, so we know where the air conditioner is going, which that's going. So then all this stuff right here is gonna have to go someplace else. I'm going to put all this in the attic. Everything's going to go in the attic. Or we can put it in the workshop. Literally, stuff should be in the workshop. It should be in a giant bin in the workshop. So I'm gonna leave this here for right now. Paint the room first. And then we'll remove all that stuff out. We'll give me a big bin and put it into the workshop. Put all my work equipment that shouldn't be in there, because this used to be a workshop at one point before I converted it over into a gaming room, and some other stuff we converted it into. But I'm going to take all that stuff out, the closet, all the work stuff, put that down in the shop, put that in a huge storage bin to sit up from any dust or anything that may come to it. We got hard drives and lenses and lamps all in there. Clean out the closet, and then we'll paint the room on Saturday. So the room will be converted to a kind of a really crazy dark gray. It's gonna be my own special coating. As for, I need to start taping stuff out too. I need to tape out, trace out the ceiling fan, tape that out. No, actually, tell you the truth, I think I'm gonna have the base of the ceiling fan match with the ceiling, and then the blades I'm gonna do on a dark black. And then we have the shades, we're gonna take them out and use black crystal. We're gonna use a black crystal design for that with a gold trim. That's what we're gonna do with that. So we're just gonna have this room already painted out and done. Next stage is go to Lowe's and go pick up the framing for the screen, the platform base we're gonna need here, and we're gonna have to put the higher base behind us. And the higher base has to be measured to the chairs we're getting, because I need the base to be high enough so I can clear the top seats, but not too high, because I don't look like I want to sit on the nosebleed seats. And we need it to fit the chairs perfectly. So the chairs are going to be recliners. So the recliners have to push out enough so it doesn't hit the other recliners. So it has to be all measured out just right. So that's going to be an interesting project right there. But we're going to have a platform there. The floor, I want to pad the floor so we don't have so much of this creaking sound going off right there. And we're going to use a red carpet for the floors. So I have to go order that and do the red carpet for the floors, and that's gonna be pretty easy to do. So there's a fellow helping me do some of the work we have here. Now, as for this right here, we got the bending, we're using unit here. As for that, that's not coming down. So what we're gonna do with that is we're going to paint all this in. We're going to get a sheet of plexiglass, make it look real professional, have it standing a little bit out from the wall, put a little LED light behind the back of it, has a nice kind of a soft glow to it, doesn't give off way too much light, takes away from the environment. And we're going to use that setup over there for doing movie trailers, displays on what's in the concession stand, like popcorn and potato chips and stuff like that. We're going to use that for that unit right there. So we're going to shrink the screen a little bit so it fits quite nicely in there. So that's what that unit's going to be used for. So yeah, we're going to hide the whole unit. So we're going to have it where we're going to have it boxed it off where you won't even see the projector or anything. You'll just see this showpiece velvet box with nice gold trim, and all that'll be hidden so you don't get a chance to see this bulky projector sitting up there. I have a way to hide it and get rid of it, make it a part of the environment. Now, over here we have the two windows here. We're going to put in a curtain rod from here to here. We're going to put in the crushed velvet. And the crushed velvet for movie theater setups, I had a few of those here, but basically for 150 inch, I did it way back. So we're going to have that coming down here. That we can use our radiator heat at the same time, block a little light coming from the windows, because like I said, this is going to be a dedicated setup, so we're doing it differently. I'm going to be putting the blackout shades here and here, so when you light this and push past that red velvet. Now with the red velvet, we're going to have speakers installed here, speakers installed there and there, so we have sound traveling through there. We also are going to have, with the bracket system, with the rod has to be cast iron. The reason why it has to be cast iron because there's going to be picture frames hanging off of that, so I can have a frame here, a picture here, and we have to worry about the frame snapping in the middle because someone used a cheap rod. You have to use a cast iron rod for that. So you'll see how we set it all up. It's going to come out quite nicely. It's interesting how I explain this stuff, but like I said, it's kind of hard to explain it. We have to show you what we're doing as we do it. All right, and then after that, we're going to put some soft lighting in here, And the popcorn machine that's downstairs is coming up here because I want to turn the downstairs into a full visual effect, ceiling and floor visual effect. That's what I want to turn it into. So yeah, we got not much to do. It's not hard to do. The painting part is basically about it. All right, so that's what we're going to do. That's how we're going to hook it up. I think I'm going to do the walls in a dark gray, our own customized, and I want to customize my own black. I don't want it black, but I want it black. I want to be to do the trim. I'm doing all the trim in a dark black. Matter of fact, I like what we have in there. That screen paint, I might just use that to do my trim, because that screen paint is perfect. It's not black, but it's black. It's a perfect color. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna trim it all out with the with our technology, and then just you do the room in the dark gray. All right, so. This out of here. These screws. Get out of here. So by Saturday, this room will be transformed and it'll be done. Well, the painting part will be done. Still have other work to do. Oh, I'm not going to be able to reach that. No way at all. I think I used a chair in here for that. So this goes right here. This is for the projector. Panel cord for the projector. I have no idea what this is doing here, but whatever. Taco's room is really easy. That's why I'm doing taco rooms last, because this room is really easy to do. He has a small room, very easy to do. So we're painting his in his room. I definitely might have to put child-proof paint in Taco's room, because when Taco jumps on the wall, he marks the walls with his feet. So I'm definitely going to put child-proof paint in his room. He is a child. Do not call me a child. You are a child! Do not call me a child, how dare you? You are a child. You know what I like about this room? This room has really good acoustics. Really good acoustics. Testing, 1, 2, 3. There's really good acoustics in here. So I gotta come up here. I gotta heard that crack. Screw out of here. These are the screws I had in here. And we had the 150-inch up here. Come with me. These now, since you're connected to the chair, you can come with me. Oh, we got another one right here. You know? Another one going. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, is he going to finish this book? Because I already made several options for this room. Yeah, we're going to finish this one. I need a dedicated theater room. I don't have one. And even when I go over to the site with the other people who have dedicated theater rooms and their setups, you know, it's kind of interesting. I developed screen paint, and I don't have a dedicated theater room. So, yes, that's what we're going to do. Make a dedicated theater room. Let me see, this stuff right here, I don't want to stack my room up with this stuff, we just got to clear this room out. So that's the stuff for that. So what I need to do is, I think, well, I'm buying these speakers from here anyway. We're gonna definitely get new speakers. So I'm gonna take this subwoofer system in here and put it in the other room. Actually, two of it here, by the way. I think I need two of them. All right, I wanted to go in and finish up whatever odds and ends for the closet, that's done, because I had to go over top again, because the paint wouldn't take the first time, so we do it the second time. So I gotta order me a brush, because we're not doing this with a sock, definitely. We're gonna have to trim out all the trim in here. It's gonna be done with the Titan, because I like that color, I do love that color. So we're gonna do all the trim out of that, and we're gonna do the actual walls in between in a really dark, dark gray, which we're gonna make our own paint, because I don't like the paint they have at Sherwin-Williams, so we'll make our own. For those who are probably wondering how we're doing that, I have a mixer downstairs, so we go buy the paint, the pigment, everything we need, and we do it ourselves. So we can just build it from the ground up. I've added a few extra things in there to give it kind of a silky look, so it doesn't have that kind of a flat look to it. It looks really disgusting, so give it a little silk look to it. But anyway, that's what we're gonna be doing. So we need to have this project knocked out before Sunday. So order it today, get everything we need in here, get it done, get it mixed, get it upstairs, coat it, paint it. We don't care about the floor. We'll jack the floor up because, like I said, I got plans for the floor already. We're going to build a platform unit next Tuesday. Start working on construction of the platform units of the floor and everything. Figure out what chairs we want to put in here. We don't want anything big or huge or massive. We want good sized chairs in here. Definitely cup holders are definitely a must. I'm not holding anything in my hand. And we're going to put 3 chairs in the front row, 3 chairs in the back, because I need enough room to be to move back and forth. And also 2 between the seats, and the recliners have to be to push out without basically having someone's feet in the back of your head. So all that's going to have to be measured out. So it shouldn't be hard to do. It should be pretty easy. We'll knock that out. Then once that's done, we'll pad the entire floor, get that done so we don't have this creaking sound going off that's driving me nuts. And then after that, we red carpet the whole inside and boom, 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 decorations and all that stuff. Now my screen is going to be acoustic. Definitely doing acoustic. So we got to put a sound blanket. I'm not going to buy the individual, I'm going to buy a sound blanket. We're going to connect it from here to here. We're going to use a blackout service to black this out so we can have light transfer to the screen. Sound all this out with a sound blanket. Throw our speakers up behind here so we can have sound traveling through here. I'm going to be using that black silver for my screen. My screen's still be black with some black silver coating over top of it. And we're going to be using for the projector in here, the Christie LW505. I like that projector because it has an insane lens shift capability. I can literally duck under the fan we're using here and still hit the screen without a problem because we used it before. So that's what we're going to do. So that's how we're going to set the whole thing. Now, I don't want my screen sitting against the wall. We don't want that. We want to build a movie theater setup. So we're going to have our screen sitting on a movie theater platform, like on a stage when you go to the, I don't know, at school you have that stage. So that's where my screen's going to fit at. It's going to have our own little stand. We'll do some decorated artwork, make it look really nice. And then after that, we're going to take the frame and lock it on top. So it has a nice little stage attached to it. I'm going to do a dedicated movie theater. I don't have one. Now, every time I go into a site, they're like, hey, you make screen paint, right? How come you don't have a dedicated theater room like us? I'm like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. And then I was talking to another fellow. He said, we don't need a lot of room. His room's smaller than mine, and his theater room looks really nice. Oh, he's got 35 millimeters set up in there for old-fashioned feel, 1.1 aspect ratio for the screen, and then he can switch it out to 16:9. It comes down. These are motorized screens that drop down in his room. Oh, it's sick. I love it. I freaking love it. He has a kind of like a Lazy Susan, automatic Lazy Susan for the projector setup. So I don't know how he did that, but it's cool. It's like a switch out. Oh man, beautiful. Nice job. Nice freaking job. I like to go in there because I look at the cool stuff everybody has, but we're going to do our own, and we're going to do it on the cheap and on the low. It's not going to cost a lot of money. I'll put up exactly everything it costs me to put it together, and you can do it yourself. Whether you have a garage or whatever you have at the end of the day. If I'm going to design, and not to put anybody's work down, I do apologize for that because sometimes I got a bad habit of putting other people's work down. Whatever makes you happy at the end of the day. But when I do things on a different level. We don't do things on the normal. So if I'm designing something in here, you guarantee it's not going to look like anybody else's at the end of the day. We do things a little different in here. So the gaming room is just about done. Down here we'll have all this painted. It's going to be a lot of work. I got to take all this stuff out of here. These are all my extra lamps, hard drives, parts I need for fixing and repairing my projector, air conditioner. All that stuff's got to come out of here because we won't be using this anymore. That's going to be done. Actually, I could still use it. Where's the screen going to land at? It depends on how far the stage is going to come. Stage. That's what I was looking for, stage. So how far the stage is going to come out for where we're going to connect it in. All right. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. So how do I get access to my speakers? Well, we're going to put a hinge system on the side of the stage, will allow me to take the entire screen and swing it out. Boom. No, it's not going to hit the ceiling fan. We can get behind it, work on what we need to work on. So this is what we're going through in here. This is what we're finishing off in here. Got the closet done. Got to finish it off a little bit because I'm seeing some white areas over there. Finishing that up. Doing some 3D mapping on the other wall over here for fun. Knocked out the ceilings, already finished. Got the projector right there set up for that. We got to paint that too. That's got to be painted. Got all my gaming equipment up there. Everything I need for basically whatever I need to do in here at the end of the day. Look at all the keyboards light up. Woo! And we got a LED light this place next. So, yeah, look at that. Isn't that pretty cool? That is projector mapping, people. Projector mapping. What I like about this room, I can project anywhere I want. Anywhere I want. So we're not going to have any shelves on the wall. We're going to put a shelving system in here with lights up here to display my toys. Some of my toys. And that's basically about it. I might put a refrigerator in there too. Because I do not feel like going all the way downstairs to get a cold drink. So that's what we're working on. So we got everything out of here. This right here is going to stay there. Like I said, we're going to build something nice around here. I'm not worried about the system here. Well, if you put a box around this, what's going to happen is you're going to block your ducts. Not exactly. When you build the box, you build a duct system that travels from here to the side of the box, and you put an intake fan. So it draws the heat from here out the other end. That's how you set it up. Since the room's going to be AC, really don't care. It's going to keep it nice and cool. But that's how you set it up. The box is designed so basically I can cover all this up, make this look nice and fancy, maybe some tassel, red velvet we're going to put on the box, whatever, how we're going to set it up. And then we can slide that back or unhook it or hinge it or Velcro, whatever way we're going to hook it up, put it in. But it's going to have a duct system connecting from here to here to here to here with intake fans so the heat doesn't get trapped in this bad boy. And this right here is going to be set up once we put the plexiglass in, set it up, paint over this, make it look more professional. I might put a nice little wooden frame around it, something really nice. I haven't decided. Or I can just buy me a frame, picture frame with a fancy design around it and paint that in it, which would be pretty cool. But anyway, this is going to be full use for movie trailers and stuff like that. We already went through that already, and I think I explained it already. All right. So what Mr. Bird got to do is, Mr. Bird, well, I'm not trimming anything off because I got to repaint all this anyway. All this is going to be painted. So I'm going to leave it. Paint everything has to be done. Then we'll come in here and we'll trim off here, here, and here, 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 and here. Paint that in. We're going to trim this off, trim that off, paint that in, trim the windows. Well, we really don't need to trim the windows because you won't see them, but I like to get the job 100% done, so we'll trim them anyway. I don't care. Trim these baseboards, trim this and this, blah, 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 blah. Done. And the ceiling fan, we got artwork to do with that. We're going to make that look nice, classy. Change out this. This has got to go, so I'll paint it over. It's going to be changed over. All the outlets in here have to be changed over to different outlets, like maybe a little fancy, maybe some brass ones. The doorknob, oh, heck no. These are crystal doorknobs. These are vintage. Not going to change these out. But I got to do something with the door. Definitely got to do something with it. It's definitely got to be coat painted. Now, I'm not worried about it. Yes, this is a vintage door and all, but my neighbor does woodwork. He's a professional craftsman with woodwork. Later on, I'm going to have him remove all the doors in the house and restore them back to the original surface. He's going to do the work for that. All right, I need to find charger. All right, I guess we're done here. Yeah, we're finished here. So I got to finish working, and after that, I got orders to get out the door. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I should have put Kenneth. That'd have been cool. Or Crystal Edge. I think the next one we do Crystal Edge right down the side. I'm Kenneth Bird. Got to go. Thank you all for your time, and God bless. Should have put Kenneth.